So you're just about to launch a brand new Charles Heidsieck Reserve, which, thank you so much. I feel so lucky to be having had the chance to taste it. How is it different than the last one?
Same DNA. So it's still 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier.
Okay.
It's still 40% reserve wines. It's still long-aged reserve wines, and it's still, blending very specific to it. New wine, because while the Charles Heidsieck is very recognizable in taste, it will remain so, but we've put it to the extreme. Again, more extreme than it was before. So before we had 120 cru, we're now down to 60. So we've taken the 60 absolute best cru for Charles Heidsieck. We've kept the 40% reserve wines, but instead of having those wines aged in average 8 years, now they're going to be aged in average 10 years. So they are going to be even older wine, the oldest in the blending between being up to 15 years. And that is going to make the same style, the same impression, but it's going to be more extreme, more precise, more really la crème de la crème.
The reserve program for Charles is pretty amazing.
Yes.
I remember hearing when I visited. How long do you keep the reserve wines for?
Well, the first thing which is really important in Charles Heidsieck is the amount of reserve wines we put. Most of the time, a good to a very good champagne will have between 5 and 15% reserve wines. From the start, Charles Heidsieck has got 40% reserve wines. Why not more than 40? Because above 40, you couldn't have a second fermentation. So 40 is absolutely extreme. It's the extreme maximum of reserve wines you can have. And this is very unique to Charles Heidsieck. So not only do we have a lot of reserve wines in it, but you're right, they age longer than anyone else. Because usually when you use reserve wines, what you do is you take a lot of reserve wines from the year before the current harvest, and then some of the year before, and then the rest become spices. In Charles Heidsieck, it's very different because the average age of the Charles Heidsieck traditional wines has been 8 years in aging, and now it's going to be 10 years because we have a new Charles Heidsieck coming on the market.
It's like a Solera almost.
It's absolutely unique,
yeah.
And because 40% of wines of that age, and then we keep Charles Heidsieck longer. The appellation calls for 15 months of aging. Here we put 3 years. So it's 3 years on wines which are much older than any other wine when we blend them.